Close your eyes slowly. Take a deep breath in and exhale gently. Let your mind drift away from the day's worries and prepare for a journey through one of history's greatest civilizations. Tonight, we explore the secrets of Roman engineering, the aqueducts, roads, bridges, and the Colosseum that continue to amaze the world. We will discover how the Romans built an empire that lasted for centuries, and how their technical genius shaped not only armies and trade, but also the everyday lives of citizens. This is not just a story. It is a journey into the hidden marvels of Roman engineering, the structures that still inspire awe today. From bridges to temples, amphitheaters, and aqueducts, we will see the remarkable combination of science, creativity, and practical problem-solving that made Rome extraordinary. Before we begin, a small request. If you enjoy these stories, please subscribe to the channel. This ensures you never miss future videos and encourages me to bring more fascinating and relaxing stories. And don't forget to share your location in the comments. I'd love to know which part of the world you are listening from. And tell me, do you find these stories engaging and relaxing for sleep? Now, let us step gently into the world of Rome, where engineering genius and architectural brilliance created a civilization that still echoes through history. Long before Rome became the political and military powerhouse of the ancient world, it was a civilization built on ingenuity, organization, and vision. The story of Roman engineering begins with necessity, the need to connect, sustain, and defend a growing empire. The earliest Roman engineers were faced with practical challenges: transporting water to cities, connecting towns and provinces with reliable roads, and constructing buildings that would last for generations. Unlike modern engineers with machines and technology, they relied on observation, experimentation, and a deep understanding of materials. Stone, concrete, and timber were transformed through precision and creativity into structures that could withstand time. Roman roads, for instance, were more than just pathways. They were lifelines of the empire, designed with layers of gravel, stones, and durable paving. These roads allowed armies to move swiftly, trade goods efficiently, and communicate across vast territories. Each road was meticulously planned, often stretching hundreds of miles, connecting distant provinces to the heart of Rome. The durability of these roads is evidenced by the fact that some still exist today, forming the backbone of modern highways in parts of Europe. Bridges were another testament to Roman skill, crossing rivers, valleys, and uneven terrain. These structures required careful engineering calculations, arches for stability, and materials that could endure constant use. Roman bridges were not only functional but often elegant, combining strength with aesthetic appeal. These bridges became critical for military campaigns, trade, and the integration of new territories into the empire. Water, however, was perhaps the greatest challenge of all. Ancient Rome grew into a bustling metropolis, housing hundreds of thousands of citizens. Supplying them with clean water required engineering brilliance. Aqueducts, carefully constructed over miles, transported water from distant sources into the city. Using precise gradients and durable channels, Roman aqueducts maintained a constant flow without the aid of modern pumps. Public fountains, baths, and even private homes benefited from this innovation, transforming urban life and hygiene standards. The Romans understood the importance of combining practicality with permanence. Unlike many ancient civilizations whose structures were temporary or ceremonial, Roman buildings were built to endure. Temples, government buildings, and amphitheaters employed arches, vaults, and domes, architectural innovations that distributed weight efficiently and allowed for grand, open spaces. The Colosseum, for instance, could accommodate tens of thousands of spectators, with a complex system of corridors, stairways, and seating tiers, all carefully engineered to ensure safety and convenience. Engineering in Rome was also a reflection of its social and political priorities. Roads and aqueducts facilitated trade, strengthened military mobility, and unified the empire. Public buildings showcased power and sophistication, reinforcing the authority of the state. Every bridge, road, or aqueduct was more than a structure. It was a statement of Rome's dominance, intelligence, and organizational skill. Education and knowledge played a crucial role. Roman engineers learned through apprenticeships, hands-on experience, and careful study of previous civilizations, including Greek and Etruscan methods. They adapted and improved upon older techniques, inventing new materials such as Roman concrete, a substance so durable that many structures remain standing to this day. The ability to innovate while respecting tradition was a hallmark of Roman engineering. Military engineering was equally vital. Fortifications, camps, and defensive walls were meticulously planned. Every legion could construct temporary bridges, fortresses, and siege equipment, ensuring strategic advantage in battles. This combination of mobility, strength, and organization allowed Rome to expand rapidly while maintaining control over vast territories. One of the most fascinating aspects of Roman engineering was its sustainability and foresight. Engineers considered drainage, waste management, and urban planning long before modern cities emphasized these principles. Sewers, like the Cloaca Maxima, efficiently removed waste, protecting the city from disease. Roads and aqueducts were designed to last centuries, showcasing a level of planning that was unmatched at the time. Cultural and civic life was deeply intertwined with engineering achievements. Amphitheaters, bathhouses, and temples were not merely functional. They were spaces for social gathering, entertainment, and religious expression. The ability to construct such monumental works fostered a sense of identity, pride, and unity among Roman citizens. Even the Roman Empire's decline cannot diminish the legacy of its engineering. Roads guided trade, aqueducts provided water, and buildings inspired generations of architects and builders across Europe and beyond. The knowledge and techniques developed by Roman engineers were passed down, influencing the Renaissance, modern architecture, and civil engineering. Imagine walking along a Roman road, stepping over perfectly fitted stones, seeing aqueducts carrying water gracefully across the landscape, and approaching a grand amphitheater rising above the city. Each structure tells a story of intellect, planning, and human ingenuity. The empire's might was reflected not only in its armies, but in the concrete, stone, and water systems that kept society running smoothly. Roman engineering, therefore, was not just about creating impressive structures. It was about solving complex problems, sustaining a vast population, and projecting power across continents. The combination of functionality, durability, and beauty remains unmatched. As you lie back, letting this story guide you into calmness and relaxation, consider the immense patience, skill, and creativity required to build an empire literally carved into stone and cement. The Romans didn't just build for themselves. They built for centuries, leaving a legacy that continues to inspire awe. Take a slow breath in and exhale. Imagine the quiet flow of water through aqueducts, the steady passage of travelers along Roman roads, and the echoing laughter and cheers from amphitheaters. Let the vision of this engineering marvel guide your mind gently toward rest. Close your eyes slowly, take a deep, gentle breath, and let your mind travel back to ancient Rome. Tonight, we dive into one of the most astonishing achievements of Roman engineering, the aqueducts carrying life-giving water across the empire. Rome, a bustling metropolis with hundreds of thousands of residents, required a constant and reliable supply of fresh water. Drinking, bathing, cooking, irrigation, and even entertainment relied on it. Without modern pumps or technology, Roman engineers designed aqueducts, incredible channels that transported water from distant mountains and rivers directly into the heart of the city. These aqueducts were not merely functional. They were masterpieces of science and precision. Engineers calculated gradients so perfectly that water flowed naturally, never stagnating or overflowing. They constructed bridges, tunnels, and siphons to maintain a steady flow across valleys, hills, and uneven terrain. The materials, precisely cut stones, concrete, and lead pipes, were chosen to endure centuries, and many of these structures still survive today. Public fountains and bathhouses benefited enormously from this innovation. Citizens could access clean water in their daily lives, improving health, hygiene, and social interaction. Bathhouses became centers of relaxation and community, allowing people to gather, converse, and unwind. The aqueducts were not merely engineering feats. They were instruments of civilization, shaping the lifestyle of an entire empire. Imagine walking along the edge of an aqueduct, watching water glide effortlessly through stone channels, a gentle whisper reminding you of human ingenuity and labor. This achievement required collaboration among architects, surveyors, laborers, and planners, a harmonious orchestration of talent that reflected Rome's sophistication and unity. Roman engineers' problem-solving skills were remarkable. Rivers and streams did not always flow directly toward the city. Engineers carved tunnels through hills, built arched bridges over valleys, and used inverted siphons to maintain pressure across uneven landscapes. Every challenge was met with creativity, calculation, and an understanding of physics that seems astonishing even by modern standards. The impact of aqueducts extended beyond practical use. They symbolized Rome's power and capability. To see water flowing from distant mountains into the city was a visible demonstration of order, control, and dominance. Citizens and visitors marveled at the reach of Roman engineering. The empire's strength manifested in stone and flowing water. The scale of these aqueducts was staggering. Some, like the Aqua Claudia and Annio Navis, stretched over 40 miles, crossing challenging terrains and requiring decades to complete. Maintenance was continuous. Engineers inspected the channels regularly, repaired cracks, and ensured sediment or debris did not obstruct the flow. This care allowed the aqueducts to function for centuries, a testament to foresight and sustainability. Water also transformed public life. Consistent water supply allowed markets to flourish, gardens to bloom, and monumental fountains to become gathering points. It enabled the city to expand, sustaining populations far larger than would have been possible otherwise. Aqueducts were the veins of Rome, pumping life into every corner of the empire. Roman engineers documented their techniques. Manuals, inscriptions, and records reveal their methods for measuring gradients, calculating flow rates, and constructing durable channels. Their approach was systematic, scientific, and meticulous, a blueprint for modern civil engineering. The aqueducts also reflected Roman social priorities. Access to clean water was a right, a shared resource that connected citizens to the state. Public baths, fountains, and reservoirs demonstrated that infrastructure was not merely functional but social, enhancing cohesion, public health, and quality of life. Aqueducts became a metaphor for Rome itself. They carried not just water, but vision, ambition, and meticulous planning. Each arch, channel, and conduit reflected human ingenuity and persistence. Despite wars, neglect, and natural disasters, their legacy endures, bridging the past and present. Picture yourself standing beneath a towering aqueduct. The arches rise gracefully above, shadows falling across the ground. Water glides silently within channels above, a quiet testament to centuries of human intelligence, perseverance, and artistry. Let this image guide your mind into calmness and reflection. As you breathe slowly, feeling a sense of peace and wonder. Aqueducts taught Romans that engineering was more than construction. It was about blending functionality, beauty, and sustainability. They remind us of the power of human ingenuity and the lasting impact of carefully applied knowledge. As you lie back and allow your mind to relax, imagine the gentle sound of flowing water, the arches spanning valleys, and the quiet hum of life in ancient Rome. Every drop tells a story of engineers calculating slopes, laborers constructing massive stone channels, and a civilization valuing innovation and order. Take a slow breath in and exhale. Let the rhythm of flowing water guide your thoughts into relaxation. As these ancient aqueducts silently carry life across a city that has long since transformed, yet still whispers its story through stone and stream. Breath and exhale, letting your mind drift through the streets of ancient Rome. Tonight, we explore one of the most vital aspects of the Roman Empire, its roads and bridges, the very lifelines that connected and strengthened this vast civilization. Roman roads were far more than simple pathways. They were the veins of an empire. These roads allowed armies to move swiftly, traders to transport goods efficiently, and citizens to communicate and travel across vast distances. Each road was meticulously designed and built with multiple layers. A foundation of large stones, covered by smaller stones, and topped with durable paving, ensuring they would endure the wear of time and the elements. Many of these roads still exist today, a testament to Roman engineering mastery. Bridges, on the other hand, were engineering marvels in their own right. Spanning rivers, valleys, and uneven terrain, they required arches for stability, carefully calculated weight distribution, and durable materials that could withstand constant use. These bridges were not only functional, they were elegant, reflecting both strength and beauty. They played a crucial role in military campaigns, trade, and connecting distant provinces to the heart of the empire. The construction of roads and bridges revolutionized Roman military strategy. Legions could march faster, supply lines remained secure, and strategic mobility ensured dominance in distant lands. Trade flourished as goods moved efficiently, contributing to economic prosperity across the empire. Roman engineers approached every project with careful planning and calculation. They considered the topography, gradients, and potential obstacles, ensuring roads and bridges remained durable for centuries. This systematic approach has inspired modern civil engineering techniques, highlighting the Romans' foresight and ingenuity. Bridges, in particular, showcased the power and prestige of Rome. Each structure stood as a monument of authority, symbolizing control, organization, and technological prowess. The combination of practicality and aesthetics made these structures enduring symbols of Roman dominance. These roads and bridges also transformed civilian life. They allowed citizens to travel, trade, and engage in cultural exchange with distant regions. Markets, festivals, and social interactions became more accessible, and communities remained connected across the sprawling empire. Roads and bridges were not merely infrastructure. They were instruments of unity, bringing people together and reinforcing a shared identity. Walking along a Roman road, one could see how precision and labor combined to create something lasting. Stones perfectly fitted, arches rising gracefully over rivers, and roads stretching to the horizon. Each step reminding us of the careful planning and ingenuity behind every structure. Maintenance was as important as construction. Roman engineers regularly inspected roads, repaired damages, and ensured that both bridges and pathways remained functional. This attention to detail allowed infrastructure to last for centuries, demonstrating the Romans' commitment to sustainability and foresight. The social and cultural significance of roads and bridges was immense. They were channels not just for travel, but for the exchange of ideas, culture, and knowledge. Provinces once isolated became integrated, fostering cohesion and a sense of shared purpose across the empire. Bridges and roads also reflected Rome's understanding of engineering as a blend of science, art, and practicality. Every arch, every carefully leveled road, embodied centuries of accumulated knowledge, experimentation, and adaptation. The durability and efficiency of these structures still inspire engineers and historians today. As you imagine walking these roads, crossing ancient bridges, picture the sounds of a bustling empire, the footsteps of soldiers, the carts of merchants, and the flow of life across every province. Each road and bridge tells a story of human ingenuity, organization, and the enduring legacy of Rome. Take a slow, deep breath and exhale, letting your mind absorb the scale, strength, and elegance of Roman roads and bridges. The arches, stones, and paths silently narrate tales of a civilization that prioritized connectivity, innovation, and the welfare of its people. In the quiet of your mind, feel the rhythmic patterns of travel and movement that these structures enabled. Imagine how the empire's lifelines stretched across hills, valleys, and rivers, connecting cities, towns, and villages into one cohesive whole. Roman roads and bridges were not mere constructions. They were instruments of unity, commerce, military strategy, and culture, silently shaping the empire's past and leaving a legacy that echoes through history. As you continue to relax, let the vision of these ancient roads and bridges guide you toward calmness and rest. Think of the labor, ingenuity, and foresight that built them, and allow their silent endurance to bring a sense of peace to your mind. Close your eyes gently. Take a slow, deep breath and exhale, letting your body relax into the comfort of your surroundings. Tonight, we will explore the architectural marvels of ancient Rome, the temples, amphitheaters, and monuments that have left a lasting legacy across centuries. Rome was a civilization not only of soldiers and roads, but also of incredible architectural ambition. Temples, forums, and palaces reflected the city's dedication to gods, governance, and public life. The Romans' ability to blend functionality, beauty, and engineering prowess allowed them to create structures that were both awe-inspiring and enduring. Temples were at the heart of Roman religious life. Dedicated to gods and goddesses, these sacred spaces were designed with precision, featuring columns, domes, and intricate carvings. Each temple was a symbol of divine reverence and human skill, combining artistry with structural stability. Citizens would gather here for ceremonies, festivals, and prayers, reinforcing a shared cultural and spiritual identity. Amphitheaters, like the iconic Colosseum, were feats of engineering and entertainment. These massive arenas could hold tens of thousands of spectators, with carefully designed seating, corridors, and exits to ensure smooth movement. Gladiatorial games, public spectacles, and performances reflected Rome's social and political life. The engineering behind these arenas was meticulous. Arches, vaults, and concrete were used to create vast open spaces without compromising structural integrity. Bridges, arches, and aqueduct-supported structures further demonstrated the Romans' ability to combine utility and beauty. Every public building, from forums to theaters, was constructed with careful planning, considering both aesthetic appeal and functionality. These structures were designed to last, showcasing Roman innovation and their understanding of materials like concrete, stone, and metal. The legacy of Roman architecture extended beyond mere construction. Roads and aqueducts connected cities, but temples and amphitheaters created cultural and social cohesion. Public spaces fostered community interaction, knowledge exchange, and civic pride. The architectural genius of Rome influenced not only the citizens of the time but also future civilizations, inspiring architects and builders for millennia. Consider the Colosseum at sunset, its arches casting long shadows over the city streets. Imagine the roar of the crowd during a gladiatorial match, the careful layout of corridors and chambers that allowed smooth operations behind the scenes. Every stone, every arch tells a story of innovation, organization, and the pursuit of perfection. Roman architects also mastered the art of domes and vaults, allowing them to create large interior spaces without the need for numerous supporting columns. The Pantheon, with its magnificent dome, exemplifies this genius. It remains one of the best-preserved monuments of ancient Rome, standing as a testament to their understanding of geometry, weight distribution, and material science. Engineering and architecture in Rome were deeply intertwined with governance and society. Structures like the Senate House, basilicas, and public baths were essential for administration, law, and social life. They reflected the priorities of the empire: order, stability, and cultural sophistication. Citizens moving through these spaces experienced both the grandeur of Rome and the meticulous planning that made it function efficiently. Even in decline, the influence of Roman architecture persisted. Gothic cathedrals, Renaissance palaces, and modern urban planning owe much to Roman innovations. The principles of arches, vaults, concrete usage, and spatial organization continue to guide architects worldwide. As you drift deeper into relaxation, imagine walking through ancient Rome. Columns tower above, amphitheaters echo with distant sounds of entertainment, and fountains trickle gently in public squares. Feel the calm of these enduring spaces, built to serve both utility and beauty. Each monument whispers the story of human creativity, patience, and vision. Take a deep breath and exhale. Let the weight of centuries dissolve from your mind. Picture the arches of aqueducts in the distance, the paved roads beneath your feet, and the grand structures standing proudly, surviving the test of time. These marvels are not just stones and concrete. They are a testament to Roman innovation, resilience, and artistry. In the quiet of your imagination, let Rome's architectural achievements guide you into a state of calm. Every temple, amphitheater, and monument reminds us that civilization is built not just with labor but with vision, knowledge, and dedication. And now, as you slowly drift toward restful sleep, remember the arches, roads, aqueducts, and temples, all connecting in a perfect harmony of engineering, culture, and human aspiration. Good night, and let the calm, enduring spirit of ancient Rome carry you into peaceful dreams.